Hey, welcome back to Ink and Ecstasy with Liz and Grim. Surprised that another episode dropped? Yeah, we are too. Anyway, things happen, but here we are. So, season two. That's exciting, huh?
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna happen, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't. I honestly, I didn't either. So, yeah, we wanted to set some expectations regarding the publishing of episodes and the future of the show and shit like that. So, number one, audio editing. Let's just say that it fucking sucks. Um, with that out of the way, I think we've cleared up the major technical hurdles surrounding audio quality. Yeah.
I really hope so.
Yeah. So that's a relief. Number two, we've got a season of episodes ready to release right now.
Liar.
Hey, people are listening.
Maybe.
So, what's a season? All right. So, we have the time to record and produce 6 to 8 episodes twice a year. I think that's reasonable. So we're looking at dropping
Yeah.
episodes from March to May or maybe June, and that'd be a season with episodes being released every 2 weeks during the season. And then there'd be a hiatus during the summer. And then there'd be another season of 6 to 8 episodes from September until November, December, right? So it'll
Right.
be just like cable TV, except no commercials and no cliffhangers unless you're really lucky,
Mm.
I guess. I don't know. So, what are we going to be doing this season, you ask? We're going to be doing more topical episodes and reviews like you've heard before, but we're also going to be introducing a series that is quite unique. Uh, it's been an absolute joy to record, but a fucking nightmare to edit. So, we'll be unveiling this new series at the end of the season. And I don't know about you, Liz, but I'm excited to publish that first episode finally,
I am too.
The one with the
Beep.
things, the
Yeah.
things.
The fun.
Yeah,
The extremely fun one.
yeah. So, yeah, well, that's all we wanted to say about the future of the show. So, enjoy this next episode and be sure to like and subscribe and all of that bullshit.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back to Ink and Ecstasy with Liz and Grim. Today we're going to be reviewing a story called Car Ride with My Sister-in-Law by Bandit Ray 5. Anyway, as you can guess by the title, Liz is going to fucking hate this story, as she is wont to do. The title simply describes the premise. At least that's what I think anyway. I happen to like this story, so as we usually
Yeah,
do,
I'm not fond of the title.
yeah, I figured as much. But yeah, I happen to like the story. So, as we usually do for review episodes, we've given each other a story to read to see what we think about it. Oh, and by the way, this is a non consent slash reluctance story. So, if that's not your cup of tea, you might want to bugger off right about now. So, Liz, do you want to take it from here and tell me exactly how much the story sucked?
Sure. I actually liked it.
No fucking shit.
Okay, so I had some problems with it, technical wise,
Oh, sure.
but overall, the story, I liked the story. It was fun. It was definitely more non-con than reluctance, at least at first, but it kind of tempers that down towards the end, which I liked. So yeah. Um,
Yes,
what? You really thought I was gonna hate this, didn't you?
I really did. Especially when I started reading it again. like, I, so like, I have to admit that I hadn't read the story in full in years. When I go back to it, it's for the good parts. Oh,
Yeah, I do the same thing. Anything I favorited, I go back for the good parts.
but yeah, the hi, my name is Tom.
Yeah. So that's what I was gonna start with. The technical aspects that I really didn't like,
Yeah.
which is the first two paragraphs need to fucking go.
Oh my God. Yeah. They surely do.
Both of them. They just need to go. They give no information. They just set up the characters in the worst way.
They just need to be fucking gone.
Yeah. So I skimmed the first 2 paragraphs because I hated it. As soon as I saw the parentheses with the ages in it and chest, like the bra size, and I was like, oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
So yeah, the first 2 paragraphs need to fucking go. And then it starts fine with the 3rd paragraph. None of the information before that was needed, which is really annoying.
Yeah.
The other thing is there was a lot of repetitive things being said and said weirdly. Like, I think it's in the 4th paragraph. He mentions Jessica's parents and then he mentions Lily's parents, but they're the same parents. It would have been easier to say my in-laws, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, I mean, to me, because he says those things back to back. It's when we arrived at Jessica's parents' house, we saw Lily's parents and Jessica waiting outside for us, or for us outside. Like, there's no reason to word it that way. When we arrived at my in-laws' house, saw them and Jessica waiting outside for us.
Or you could say when we
Yeah.
arrived at my wife's parents' house, we found them waiting outside. Boom.
Basically, anything would have been better than Jessica's parents and then Lily's parents in the same sentence.
Yeah.
When they've already been established as sisters, so it's both of their parents'
Right.
house. Like, it's just their parents.
Yeah.
So that was my major technical hang up with it, is things like that, things that could have been worded better and just made clearer with less words.
Yeah.
Or fewer words. But yeah.
The story needed some editing because there was some awkward word usage and such. Like, there was this one sentence, it was like ... ended having to instead of ended up having to. And then it said, thin dress she was down holding in place instead of and the thin dress she was holding down in place.
Yeah, I caught that too.
Yeah, there was just some weird...
And I have to admit, I have that issue sometimes too.
Yeah, sure.
So, like, I have very mild dyslexia.
You're making this up. Why am I hearing about this for the first time?
I don't know. It never came up before?
How the fuck is that even possible? We talk about writing all the fucking time and reading. Like, how?
It's very mild. It's not like major. I'm worse with numbers. I tend to reverse numbers, like transpose numbers, but very mildly with words too. Is I'll reverse them the way they're not supposed to be. You and Alt have caught a lot of those errors for me when you're editing for me, and I just haven't pointed out why I make those errors and why they're so consistent. But that's part of why.
Okay.
But yeah, it's very mild. It's not like I'm fucking up words all the time. It's just like my dad and my sister both have it way worse than me. I think I learned how to adapt to it better, probably because I read so much and they did not. But also, yeah, I got headaches from reading a lot, so that's probably part of that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, this story, no, I liked it. There was just like a lot of technical errors that could have been fixed and cleaned up in an edit.
Right.
And I really wanted to print it off and take a red pen to it, to be honest. But I loved the story. One of the things that I liked about this story is that it hit on a much like $200 when we reviewed that, it hit on one of my kinks. And I don't think you knew that when you gave it to me to read. So sleeping.
Sleeping, huh?
That is, yeah, that is a thing that I am into. Probably because I don't do very much of it. But yeah, this is a thing that when I was growing up, it's got the whole trope of the sister-in-law riding in the brother-in-law's lap, going, you know, in the story to, they're taking her to college and all of her stuff is filling up the back of the SUV. The TV is between the driver's side seat and the passenger side seat, which I don't know if anybody who's ever traveled with a TV realizes or not, but that is fucked up. That is not going to travel well.
Yeah, that's not really gonna work, I don't think.
No, it's going to be a mess. The TV is going to be broken by the time they get there.
Yeah.
And also, what college kid uses a 55-inch TV? That's bigger than the TV I have at home. And that TV is almost too big for my room.
Yeah, well, how do you get it in there?
Yeah.
Because I don't think this was an SUV. This was like a sedan, wasn't it?
No, they said it was an SUV. They had an SUV. I'm fairly sure it's because they had an SUV.
There was a 55-inch TV and like 8 boxes.
Yeah. But they didn't say how big the boxes were.
Yeah, but they couldn't have been that big. I mean, could they?
Yeah, since we had a larger SUV is what it says. So it's not even like a small SUV, it's a big SUV. But I'm just going to say, about 2 weeks ago, I was able to fit a 75-inch TV into my Prius.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Where did you even find a 75-inch TV?
At a local store, my employer got me to buy a TV for them. Gave me the credit card. I went to the store. Basically, nobody else could go pick it up, and they didn't want to pay the fee to have it delivered. So I went and got it, and this is the fun part. In the box, it did not fit in my car. We had to take it apart and put just the TV in the components in the car and get rid of the box and stuff because the box was too fucking big to fit in my car. The TV fit, but the box was just a little bit too big. It made it like a ½ inch too big. So that was fun.
That would ruin me. That would straight up ruin me. I can't just throw away a fucking TV box.
Oh, I didn't throw it away. We folded it up and put it in the car, but I had to get the TV out first.
You folded? You folded? Huh?
It wouldn't fit in the car otherwise.
But what's the point of having a nice fucking sturdy box like that if you're just gonna like just fold it up and take away all the structural integrity out of it? You might as well not even hold on to it.
Oh, no, I don't mean like that. I mean, we folded it on the folds to make it smaller.
Yeah, but I mean like...
Like we folded the folds in on itself because we cut down one side to open it.
Sacrilege. Fucking sacrilege. You should know how to take better care of boxes. We've had conversations about boxes before, and...
About the nice box, yeah.
That's just not something that you should be doing.
But yeah, just for anybody out there who has a Prius, don't buy a 75-inch TV unless you're willing to take it apart in the parking lot and put it in your car, piece by piece.
Okay, so I don't know how the fuck we started talking about that, but anyway, we have...
Because it's 55-inch TV and you were wondering how they got it in the SUV.
Yeah, but like, whatever. We have a story to critique here.
Yeah. I'm just saying that wasn't the most unrealistic part of this, the 55-inch TV in the SUV. Like, I got a 75-inch TV in my Prius, so it's possible.
All right, so anyway, moving on. Can we get past, like, the third paragraph, maybe?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that wasn't the third paragraph, wasn't it? Okay. So, yeah, no, it consists of the sister-in-law riding on the brother-in-law's lap, suggested by the mother.
Yes.
Because, of course. I don't know about anybody else's family, but in my family, when there was too many people to fit in the car, it was always the mom who was like, you're riding on this person's lap.
What?
And it was like, cool, I have no choice in the matter. Okay.
What?
Have you never done that?
No.
What, like never rode in a car where there weren't enough seats? Or
no,
just never rode on anybody else's lap?
Neither.
Okay, we have been over this. My family is fucked. But, okay, so I grew up in Ohio for like, I don't know, I was there until I was like 13 or 14. And there was a theme park there called Geauga Lake. And for some summers, they had this deal going where you paid by the car instead of by the person. And my family's cheap as fuck, okay? So my mom had a van. It had like, I think 7 seats in it maybe. Like there was 3-seater in the back, 2 seats in the middle, and then 2 seats up front, something like that. So we filled the fucking van, okay? I have a lot of cousins.
Uh-huh.
and aunts and uncles. And we basically got probably like 20 to 30 people in maybe 2 or 3 cars.
Uh-huh.
And some of us were very young.
Mm-hmm.
So the youngest ones had to ride on the laps of the other people.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was often on my brother-in-law's lap. My cousin was often on my brother's lap. It was a mess, okay? But yeah, it was a mess. And so yeah, that's a common thing. This is something I was familiar with. This is a thing that actually happens in my family. But nothing like this. I should specify nothing like this happened. But the riding on the lap thing, yeah.
And then so when you say your brother-in-law's lap, uh,
My sister's boyfriend.
the sister, okay,
They
yeah,
never actually got married. My sister's boyfriend.
yeah, yeah,
The father to my nieces.
yeah. So this is,
Yeah, this is him.
yeah, wow. And then so you said that your cousin sat on whose lap?
My brother's. My male cousin, I should specify. Because he was the next smallest one.
Your male cousin sat on your male brother's
Yeah.
as opposed to your female brother's lap.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
so basically my brother-in-law were like the two of the biggest guys in the group.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my cousin were the smallest ones because we were the youngest. So we basically got fucked over.
Mm.
Like if there had ever been an accident, me and him would have been dead, undoubtedly. Like,
Oh, yeah. You'd have been like, yeah,
yeah, we would have been just fucking dead.
yeah.
There was times when we were supposed to ride like that, and me and my cousin were both like, we will just sit in the wheel well instead. Like there is this like little space by the door.
Oh, no way.
We were just like, we're gonna sit down here instead. We're just gonna hang out down here. We're small, we fit, you know. So yeah, my family was fucked. So yeah, back to the story. This is something that's familiar to me because it kind of brought up that nostalgia of being forced to ride on someone's lap in a car.
Should you really call it nostalgia?
I mean, probably not.
Isn't nostalgia something that you're fond of?
Yeah, it should be. But it's familiar. It's a familiar thing for me. So honestly, I've known a lot of these stories have been super popular on Lit as far as like mom son riding on laps. And I never really understood the appeal because I never thought about it in terms of my own experiences. And after I read the story, I was like, oh shit, okay. I get it now. Because yeah, things definitely happen when you ride on someone's lap. Um,
Oh, God. Fucking Lord.
um,
God. And how old were you when you left Ohio?
I was about 13,
Mm-hmm.
but that continued on for a long time because we did other things like that. Because like there was a drive-in movie theater that also did the same fucking thing of pay by the carload, and my family sees a deal, and they force us to cooperate. um, and I've just made everyone extremely uncomfortable, and you're gonna cut all this out, right?
I'm not uncomfortable. I don't think anyone else is either.
um,
We're all just kind of, wondering where this is going.
yeah, back to the story.
Okay.
I'm getting this is part of the problem I had with reading this story is it brought up a lot of things in my life.
Uh-huh.
So I was torn between this. I don't know if I can read this, and shit, this is kind of my kink. So
Okay.
so it was a weird feeling as I was reading it. Like shit, am I allowed to like this? Like, wait.
Yeah.
um, so I don't know if you can, like, I am blushing so goddamn hard right now. Um,
It's cool, really.
so yeah, I like the story. It it hit on my personal kinks and I didn't realize it. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I kind of connect with parts of this, and it is something I'm kind of into, I guess. So I like the story. It was very well done story wise. Like I said, the technical aspects could use some work, but story wise, it was solid. But I do want to hit on the major thing, which is that it does start very non-con with um inappropriate touch while someone's sleeping and unable to give consent to anything. That said, when she wakes up, she does kind of consent, but things go pretty far before she wakes up. Or I guess as she wakes up.
Yeah, the story does kind of go off the rails.
Mm-hmm. I think I would have liked it better if she had been awake before that. Like, I would absolutely put this on my favorites if she had been awake enough to encourage it instead of waking up kind of afraid and unsure what was going on for a moment. Reluctance,
Yeah.
I think, would have been a better fit to this story. I would have absolutely loved the story if it had gone the reluctance route instead of the non-con route. But again, this is one of those things that could have been fixed with an edit, a beta read. Somebody could have said that and maybe got them to think about it because it's a simple change. It wouldn't have changed a whole lot of the story to have her wake up a little earlier, have them talk, and have her curious enough to try it, you know?
Yeah. But you liked it.
But I liked it. I still liked it.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's part of that kind of story where you have to ask yourself if you're allowed to like it because of the content, because of your own personal experiences, and you have to wonder if you like it because of your experiences, but you still are into it and you don't know if you're kind of conditioned to be into it.
Hmm.
If you know what I mean.
Okay, so the story does get a little ridiculous when he takes his shorts off.
Yeah.
All right, that's just insane.
Yeah. That was really crossing a line there.
Well, I think he was thinking about just jerking it because he did think there were like two questions that he asked himself. What would she do if she woke up now? How would she react?
Mm-hmm.
With his dick in his hand. And then, obviously she's just fucking too hot not to molest, apparently. I don't know. Is that a
Yeah.
thing? Is that a thing? I don't know. Um,
I mean, for some people, it probably is.
the guy, he just got too aroused, and he just wasn't thinking straight.
He was sleazy. He started acting sleazy.
Sure.
Early on, he's very into talking about how in love and how wonderful his marriage is, and he just basically said, fuck all that because she's hot.
Yeah.
That's a sleazy thing to do.
Well, yeah. Well, you know, it really did seem like it was like a breaking down of inhibitions, just being forced into that situation,
Right.
you know? Yeah, sure, there probably should have been more, you know, probably fighting it to like not even get in the car like that because he had to have known what was gonna. I
Right.
mean, honestly, everybody should have fucking known.
Yeah.
Everybody should have fucking known. Exactly. So, like, one of the things that I wasn't thrilled about when I started critiquing this section was okay, so her parents don't drive her up to college. Number one. Just what the fuck is that? Like, what the fuck is wrong with her parents? Okay. Like, what shitty fucking parents? I'm guessing that they're just old, like over 60, because his wife is like, what, like 30 something, like 31 or whatever?
31, I think they said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, maybe they just aren't up to driving 10 hours in a day and moving a bunch of stuff into a dorm room. in the same day, and the author just forgot to add that in. I don't know.
I was gonna say that's the other thing is there's no possibility of getting a hotel in the area. They have to go there and back in a single day. Like, why?
Well, I don't know. Traffic? I don't know. Maybe it was a Sunday.
There's hotels open on Sunday.
Well, yeah, but maybe they had work on Monday.
Yeah, you leave out early in the morning.
Who fucking cares, man? Listen,
I do.
this is a fucking 3,800 word stroker.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, let's just call a spade here.
Yeah, but it was still a good story. I think it could have been better with more padding and more logic inserted into it.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, early on, I would have found it a lot more believable if she had rode very carefully on his knees instead of fully on his lap.
Just put her ass straight on his cock straight away. She wanted it.
Yeah, like right away.
Right from the start, she wanted it. And he knew she wanted it. And then so he just went for it.
Yeah. But yeah, the other thing is having no problem falling asleep right there. Like, no, you don't fall asleep on someone's lap like that. Ever.
Yeah. But then, okay, so this is really what I wanted to bring up here. So he gets into the passenger seat and prepares for his hot little sister-in-law to sit on his lap. And then, she's wearing this short little backless dress. Yeah. Oh, and then, of course, in like a paragraph or two, he narrates that he could tell that she wasn't wearing a bra. So if he could tell that she wasn't wearing a bra, her parents knew that she wasn't wearing a bra. Everyone knew. Yeah. Everyone knew exactly what she was wearing or not wearing. And then so...
Yeah, it was a white dress. There's no not telling that.
Yeah, and then so when he's getting into the seat and, getting ready for her to sit on his lap, it says that he's moved the seat all the way back. And then the author writes that she nervously looked at how tight the fit would be as she began getting in. And then, he glances at her summer dress as it clung evenly around her firm body. And then he's like, good thing I just wore my gym shorts and a loose t-shirt. Like, dude, this guy is like already...
He's prepared, man. The only way he would have been more prepared is if he was wearing swim trunks.
Yeah. And then he's like, as she lifted herself up, she tried to modestly grab her dress and pull it tight against her butt before sitting on my lap. This put her ass directly on top of my cock, which was already growing against my will. The fabric of her dress was thin, and I could feel the slight crack of her ass. The physical contact and warmth from her body against mine immediately sent waves through me, but I tried my best not to react. She placed her hands on her lap to try and hold her dress down as she leaned back against me, blah, 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 blah. So all this is going through the guy's mind. And then he closed the passenger door. And soon they are waving goodbye to his wife's parents. So think about that shit, Liz. So what this means is that Jessica's parents watched their daughter, as scantily clad as she was, climb on top of their son-in-law's cock, where she would remain for the next 5 hours. And so the mom had already implicitly given
and
her
thought
okay
nothing
with
of
it. Yeah. And because the dad had said nothing, that meant that he was okay with it too. But still, they're just watching their soon-to-be fucked many times over daughter. I mean, let's fucking face it. She's fucking hot and she's going to college that's 5 hours away. She's getting her fucking brains fucked out after she gets there. Getting them fucked right out of her head.
Oh, on the way too.
And she's fucking failing out. That's how bad her fucking brains are getting fucked out of her skull. So anyway, they're watching her sit on his lap. And they're totally not saying a fucking thing. They're totally fine with it. Okay, great. But the thing that I wasn't okay with was he already knows that he's in trouble before they've even left. She hasn't even assumed her seat yet. And he's already just like,
Right.
yeah, okay. Fuck it, bring it. Oh, this is bad. This is bad.
Yeah.
This is not good. What do I do? I tried to get an Uber or a Lyft, whatever. I tried to go back home. I did. I tried. But they insisted that she sit on my lap for 5 hours. So I guess I kind of have to go along. And she sat down right on top of my dick. I guess that means she wants it. I don't know. It isn't even kind of fucked.
Mm-hmm.
It is fucked, right? But the thing is,
Yeah.
this is my point. This is my point of how ridiculous the story is. Okay? And so nothing should really be taken too seriously, right?
Right. It's very over the top.
Yeah, this is like one of those things where it fucking happens and then it's like, oh, well, yeah, but it's just one of those stories, you know? Like, nobody's gonna go,
Right.
actually, you know what I mean? Like, nobody's doing that here.
I will say the one thing that the one thing that happened in this whole story that absolutely annoyed me was the point where he reaches over the TV to pat his wife on the head.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Like that, like why? Why even include that? There was no reason for that.
There really wasn't.
I was just like a half-ass. Yeah, okay, whatever. I remember that you still exist.
Yeah.
So yeah, surprisingly, I like the story. I hate the title, but I like the story.
Well, I kind of like the title because titles like that, I remember what the story's about.
Get views.
When it's just named, what did you say?
I said they get views. Titles like that get views.
Yeah, this one has like 1.25 million, and it's not even 5 years old.
Yeah.
So.
And it's because of the title. Car ride with semi-relative is always going to be a big hit.
Yeah. You know what's really funny is that this guy or girl, whoever, I don't know, Bandit Ray, I'm just assuming it's a guy.
Mm-hmm.
He might not have any idea that he's got a story out there with 1 million fucking views on it.
Yeah, because he hasn't posted anything since 2021.
Yeah, just fucking think about that. Anyway, I don't know. When a story is just completely ridiculous, to me, that makes it easier to accept.
Yeah.
Right? Because when something is presented as reality, then like the slightest thing that's like not reality, you're like hyper focusing on it.
Uh-huh.
And then it's like, well, wait a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if it's presented as just an absurdity, like right from the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
then you're not bothered by it because, yeah, I mean, that's just the environment that you're given, right? It's like when you watch a movie and it says on the screen, like, Mexico, 1908, and then you're like, okay, that's the setting.
Right.
I got it. And then so if, like, all of a sudden they're in, like, France, you're just like, well, wait a minute. I thought this was in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the ridiculousness of it. After she woke up, the guy's wife heard some commotion. She turned the music down momentarily to ask what was going on. And then her sister, like, sensing family drama, just downplayed it and said she had a dream or some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just like, oh, okay. And then, the music goes back up. And then his sister-in-law is like, I've never had sex before. It's so big, Charles. We can still stop, right? And then he's just like, oh, you're so beautiful. Just let me push it all the way in once and then I'll pull out. Is that okay? And then she's just like,
yeah.
Okay, fine, Charles, but only because I love you like family. Please make it quick. It's like, oh my God. Please make it quick. And it's just like, it's just so ridiculous that you basically just have to accept it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just that, like, all the description after she wakes up, it's just perfect for what the story is. right?
Yeah, it's over the top and yeah.
Yeah, which is a stretch of the imagination. So a lucky guy can bang his hot little sister in law. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, the hi, my name is Tom, and this is my wife Cindy. I'm 35 years old, and I sure do love my wife. Did I mention that my wife has a smoking hot 18-year-old sister?
Yeah.
God, that old bit. Super cringe, for sure.
First two paragraphs could go, the rest needs an edit to work better for wording, but the story is solid.
Yeah.
It's a fun story.
Yeah. Unlike other stories, though, where things like that happen, hi, my name is Tom. I was able to push through this on account of the fact that lap stories are exceptionally hard to come by. Come.
Are they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's not many.
Oh yeah, they're mostly mom and son.
I think that's about it.
That wraps it up.
Yeah.
You really didn't expect me to like that, did you?
I really fucking didn't. Do you want to do an outro?
What am I doing for an outro? Like what? I don't know what to do.
Goodbye from Ink and Ecstasy. Grim and Liz, we are. Herbie Durr. I don't know.
All right, I got something. Check us out on our website, inkandecstasy.com, and we'll catch you next time.